Yes, Maddie?
This morning, you were on MSNBC talking about or being asked about the storm. A reporter asked about criticism that some shore residents have had of thinking that you had to minimize the storm damage, and you said the reporter was making it up. Do you have any clarifying comments along those lines? There are people.
Listen, there will always be people who, when they suffer damage from a storm, will have complaints. But the complaints have nothing to do with the conduct of what we've done. The complaints are about the storm. And the fact is that when you look at what's happened in South Jersey, there are a few hundred people left without power from 100,000 on Saturday. All the water has receded from any of the places in Cape May County. And that what I was saying this morning was, any comparisons to Hurricane Sandy are outrageous. We lost 365,000 homes in 24 hours. Cape May County was not hit by Hurricane Sandy. Hurricane Sandy came ashore in Atlantic County and had a northern whip up to the northern part of the shore. So to say that the flooding was worse now than for Hurricane Sandy, well, of course it was, because Cape May County wasn't hit by Hurricane Sandy. So it's a ridiculous comparison. Today, the DEP Commissioner, the Lieutenant Governor, the head of the EDA, the Office of Emergency Management are all down in Cape May County. I've spoken directly to Senator Van Drew and informed him that he called for us to make a federal disaster declaration today. Well, you can't do that, and he knows better than that. We have to first make a preliminary damage assessment and see if the damage that was sustained down there comes even close to the federal threshold that would be necessary to ask for disaster relief. We had that authorized as of Sunday to have the folks from the Office of Emergency Management go down there and start to make a preliminary damage assessment. We won't have those answers probably for another 48 or 72 hours. They have to survey the entire area and then add up the damages and see if we even come close to the federal threshold. So my point was that you're always going to get some people who will be critical. But the fact is the criticism was not of us or our response. If they had water in the streets, the water in the streets was there because of the storm. But even today, when I asked Senator Van Drew, he said there's some water in the streets still. I said, how much? He said a few inches. Listen, we had a major storm. There's a few inches of water in the street. It's receded from the photos that they continue to show on television, which was at the height of the storm. And even then, that was nowhere near the damage that New Jersey sustained during Sandy. And so I don't really have any clarifying statements except to say we're doing our job, which is what I said yesterday. We're doing our job. We'll continue to do our job. And there's really nothing else to do for those folks down there except to do the damage assessment. And if, in fact, we qualify for federal disaster assistance, we'll make that application. If we don't qualify for it, we can't. But it's not something where it's a discretionary decision of mine. It is based upon numbers and based upon the amount of the damage that's put forward. Senator Van Drew knows that, and anyone else who's calling for a federal disaster declaration either doesn't know what the rules are or is playing politics. So I can't worry about that stuff. I just have to worry about doing my job. And I clarified all that with Senator Van Drew over the phone today. He's aware of it. He understands it. And he's going to be working with our folks today down in Cape May County to make sure that attention is paid to every need of every citizen down there. But to try to compare this to Hurricane Sandy is an insult to the people who suffered so much in Hurricane Sandy and had their homes destroyed and all the rest. So those were my comments this morning, and I stand by them.
So those elderly women have